Okay, so here we have Archie, the little bunny. He is here today for supportive treatment and also an anaesthetic for some dental work and also a dental x-ray. So he's came to us after having been a little bit unfortunate with some other vets in regards to time periods of being able to treat him. So Archie actually has what's known as molar spurs. So at the very back of their jaws they have the molars, but sometimes, quite often in bunnies, they can actually, if they're misaligned, they grow and very sharp, and they grow inwards towards the tongue, and as a result they actually rub against the tongue, which can cause extreme discomfort, and sometimes in severe cases bleeding and things of the tongue as well. So he's here today. We're going to be giving him a sedation. We'll be rasping down the molars to make them nice and soft and prevent that kind of constant friction. Checking his other teeth as well, ensuring they're not overgrown and need any work, and as I said, doing a dental x-ray. So the vet's just examined Archie, and he does have some very slow gut movements at the minute. So she's had a listen with her stethoscope, which is normally used for the heart, and you can actually hear the gut sounds, and she has confirmed that they are quite slow. So I'm here today just to give him some medication. So this is all before our anaesthetic. So our first one is a pain relief and anti-inflammatory medication, and this will be given to ease the discomfort as a result of the molar spurs rubbing against his tongue. And the second one is a prokinetic drug. So what that means is that we're stimulating the gut to ensure that it's going to be moving and encourage an appetite as well, which is vital in bunnies, as unlike dogs and cats, if they do get gut stasis, which means the gut stops moving as a result of the lack of eating and appetite, it can be a fatal condition. So it's really important that they're addressed as an emergency condition from the get-go. As you can see in here, we've offered him some freshly harvested leafy greens from the farm, but unfortunately he is just not interested because he's so uncomfortable. And you'll see as well, he's got some hair that's kind of tangled and knotted just below his jaw where he's been dribbling as well. So today we shall get him sorted and more comfortable. Okay, so first of all we're just going to give him his pain relief anti-inflammatory and prokinetic injections. They're just subcutaneous, which means going directly under the skin. Good boy, you're okay. Ready? Poor Rowan, I know. Not feeling too impressed, are you?
Good boy.
Well done, that's one done. That'll make you much more comfortable, little man.
That'll help.
And then this is the one that's going to stimulate the movement of the gut, which is very important.
Good boy.
Well done.
Good boy.
You're such a brave little fella, aren't you?
That's
Good boy,
it.
Archie. That's another one done. And then lastly, we're going to give him some subcutaneous fluids, as he's not been eating too well. His hydration levels may be a little bit down, so we're just going to give him some fluids under the skin, as we have with the injections.
Good boy. Is he alright in this position?
Yeah.
Boy.
Well done.
Good boy.
Well
Good
done.
boy.
Good boy, Archie.
Good boy. Good boy, Arch. Keep him nice and hydrated, won't it?
Yeah. Well done. You're a little star patient, you are.
You're a good boy. You're going to feel so much better.
Yeah, you will.
So doctor, what's going on here? We've got a bunny and a tent.
This is Archie. He's going to have a dental procedure today because he's got some spurs on his molars, on the mandibular molars.
Quite common, right?
Quite common. What that means is the teeth are growing out skewed, probably because he hasn't been having enough roughage in his diet, or he's been selective and he's only been eating pellets and not enough hay. So the teeth haven't worn down evenly, and you land up with the bottom teeth growing a sharp point. And what happens is it actually cuts the
gum
tongue,
itself.
and it can cut the gum depending on which way they're growing. But his are growing sort of inwards, and they're making two sharp little points. They're cutting his tongue every time he tries to eat, so it's painful for him to eat roughage. So he's just eating less and less roughage. So basically, it's just
a death sentence, basically.
Yeah, it's
really.
a negative cycle, and it's really sore. Rabbits have to eat continuously, otherwise they get gut stasis. Okay, so little Archie has got some malalignment here. You can have
Wow.
different sizes. So when he prehends food, these are not such a big deal, but you know, it's the molars that are a real issue in eating food. So, but you should have the top end sizes over the bottom end sizes, but you can just see that that's already skewed. So what we're going to do is we're going to trim these down to this level so that they're sort of more straight. And we're just going to trim his lower incisors down a little bit as well. And what happens is if the incisors grow too long, they actually push on the sinuses here, so they create a bit of pain. So if you shorten them, then it won't be as painful for him to prehend food. But he does have some spurs in his mouth. We can just, I don't know if you can see those. Won't you pass me the little speculum there? We can just move that around and show that he's got spurs. So if you open the dental kit, there we go. Little mouth up, and then we can have a nice look inside there. Just grab his tongue. Okay, so you can have a look here. You can see on the buccal surface on the side of the cheek, there is a big spur. You can have a look at that. You can see that's
Wow.
pointy and sharp. Okay.
Wow. Touch that again for us, just to see.
Here we go, just here. So that we're gonna burr that guy off on that side, and then we've got the same thing on this side. You can see how sharp these spurs are. So this bunny has been painful for a little while, and that's why he can't eat his hay really nicely.
Wow. So, you know, as it gets worse, they'll just go off their food and just basically
Yeah, he'll
starve to
stop
death.
eating. He will stop eating. He's already stopped eating. He's slowed down quite a lot.
Wow, that's terrible.
It's terrible, yeah.
Good job. Noah's Ark's about.
We're gonna sort him out nicely.
The animals came in 2 by 2.
Make sure the edges are not sharp. And I'm just doing this very gently. Just to make sure that you don't actually hurt the really soft tissues inside the rabbit's mouth. So I'm not doing it very hard. And I can feel there are some hooks, but I can feel that they're actually going down now. There we go. And that already feels better. I'm just going to stick my finger in there. Much better.
Lovely.
Much better. Oh, sweetheart. It's kind of like filing a horse's hooves down. But just a lot smaller. That feels much better. Great, lovely. So that's done on that side.
Wonderful.
And we're going to sort him out on the other side now. Okay, so I'm just going to cut that off. That little piece out, got it. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. And just file down that sharp edge over there. Try not to cut the delicate mouth. Okay. Just adjust my light.
.196 heart rate.
Perfect, that's nice. Exactly where we want it to be. See, we've just cut those teeth a bit more straight, they're not growing out as much. Okay, we'll just trim the bottom ones as well. And then if you want to look inside here, go through them. And a nice little look. Get some light in there. And then we can just see that they are. There we go, just get hold of it properly. There are no more spurs in there, you can see that the gum is. The lip, the tongue is not being cut by those teeth anymore. They all grown down much better.
Yeah, brilliant.
Okay, he had a big laceration in his mouth on this side.
Good.
just for some pain relief, and I'll probably give him some antibiotics just to help him out a bit.
Yeah.
And on that side we've got the same thing. No more spurs. Wow, all nicely
What a
filed
difference.
down. What a difference. Brilliant.
What an outstanding result. This is the rabbit happy, healthy, and eating. Hallelujah. Please feel free to call the Noah's Ark team for any type of support that you might need. We have a state-of-the-art facility set in 55 acres. We also have paddocks that clients can use for running their dogs. And due to our sort of historic ability to handle the more powerful working dogs, we specialize in that aspect.